If you want to get insane mechanics, then you've clicked on the right video. I've been one of the top ranked players for over 6 seasons now, and today I'm going to be showing all of you 5 different build moves that I use in rank to dominate every fight. And the best part is, these build moves are insanely easy to master. And I'm even going to show all of you how to transfer these moves from creative into an actual ranked match. So if you guys do enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe. Go check out my other socials if you haven't already. But now onto the first move. So first off, let's go over one of the best moves to piece control your opponent, and that is by using high walls. So the first step to learning this move is you're going to place a ramp and then a cone above your head, and from this point you're going to sprint and then side jump and hold high wall. So it looks like this: sprint, jump, high wall. And you're going to do this over and over and keep repeating this process until you have it down. Now that you have that part down, you're now going to incorporate a floor. So you're going to side jump and then place a floor below you. And then the final step to this move is just to incorporate a ramp. So you're going to side jump, catch yourself, and then place a ramp. And then from this point, you can edit out and do whatever you want, piece up the player, and pick up a kill. Also, there's another version of this move I like to use, which is high ramp. So you're going to do the side jump, but instead of placing the high walls, you're going to land on your ramp and then place another ramp in front of you. And if the player was in front of you, it would throw a ramp in their face, and then you could full box them and then shoot them. So the full move would look like this: I'm going to place a ramp, place the cone, side jump, catch myself, and then place the ramp, and then I'm going to edit out, and then I can piece the player. Now that we've learned this move in creative, let's show all of you how to transfer this skill over to an actual ranked match. And when the player is going to build up, I'm going to make sure to shoot a sticky launcher to chop him out, and then I'm going to spray him and get an insane amount of damage. At this point, he's super weak, so I need to close the distance so that he doesn't have time to med up. So I build up and I start to apply pressure. When I realize the player's a floor above me, I'm going to side jump off the cone, and then I'm going to catch myself with a floor, and then I'm going to place a ramp in front of me and a ramp past me. This will then block the player off, and it'll put a ramp in his face. Now he's going to realize, oh, I got to get out of this box. But now I have control over his box, and I'm going to make sure to place a wall in front of me, edit it so he can't build a wall, and then I'm going to full box him. After I full box him, I make sure to make this left tile edit. The reason for this is if you made a front tile edit, the other player would be able to shoot me before I could see him. But since I make this edit, the other player is now completely trapped. He's put in timeout, and I'm able to pump him and then pick up a quick kill before he was able to get any damage on me. And after I pick up that kill, you'll notice that throughout this entire fight, I took 0 damage. So make sure when you're fighting in rank, you learn how to use high walls and high ramps so that you can piece control your opponent. Moving on, now let's talk about the best way to full box your opponent, and that is with the cone phase trick. Now this move is very simple and it's only 2 steps. You're going to go up to your opponent's wall, you can spray on it, you can shoot at it, pickaxe it, it doesn't matter. You just want to look to see if there's a cone in your opponent's box. Now if there isn't a cone in your opponent's box, instead of obviously swinging on the wall, there's a chance that the other player could pre-fire you. So what you're going to do instead is you're going to grab your cone, and then you're going to look a little bit below the box. As you can see now, if I place the cone, it's going to place the cone inside the box. This is now going to force the player to leave the box, and when he leaves, all you have to do is piece him up, take a shot, and then pick up a quick kill. Now that we've learned this move in creative, let's show all of you how to transfer this skill over to an actual ranked match. So when this player pushes up to my wall, he shoots it, I'm able to mammoth him, we trade, but I outdamage him, and I realize he's going to move up to the right side, so I pre-piece that area in case he walks into there. But then I realize he's running to the right, so I double edit that area to see if he goes in there, but he stays in that old box, so I shoot the floor, and then I spray it out, and I'm able to get some more damage on the player. At this point, he's super weak, and I need to keep it that way. And when I drop onto the player's wall, I realize he's elevated by 1 layer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold out a cone. This will put the cone in the other player's box, and now he's forced to make a decision. He either has to fight me, or he has to leave the box. So I fake pickaxe swing on the player to bait him to leave the box, and when he goes out to the left, I see that, and I'm able to hit a window edit and then place a cone above him, and I'm able to catch him off guard and pick up a kill and get all of this good loot. Now that we've covered some piece control moves, let's show you one of the best high ground retakes to use in ranked. So to start out this move, let's say your opponent is on high ground. The first step to this move is you're going to place a ramp in front of you, and then you're going to place a wall in front of you, a wall to your right, and then you're going to place a wall again, and then another wall in front of you, and then a ramp. From this point now, as you can see, if we were to look through the ramp, you're completely protected from this angle. And now what you're going to do from this point is you can just edit out, and then you're going to set up a double edit. From this double edit, you're obviously going to double edit, but then you're not going to triple edit out like the other player thinks you are. Instead, what you're going to do is you're going to flip the cone. From this cone flip, you're now going to catch the player off guard, and now you're going to be able to take high ground on the player. So the full move would look like this: I'm going to place the ramp, place the walls, cover my head, and then edit out, and then I'm going to double edit through, and then now I'm back on height. Now that we've learned this move in creative, let's show all of you how to transfer this skill over to an actual ranked match. So from this position, I'm going to jump off to the side of these builds, catch myself with a floor and a ramp, and then I'm going to place high walls off to my right and above me, and then place a ramp at the same time. From this position, it keeps me completely protected from this player, and then after I get to this point, I'm then going to edit out, set up a double edit, but when I get to this point, I'm then going to flip the double edit to keep me protected, while also allowing me to go up an extra layer. This now gives me high ground on the player, and when this player boxes up and he realizes I have height, I notice that the back left wall was open, so he's probably going to move out in that direction. So I'm going to move in that direction, anticipating he's going to go there, and I'm able to double it on the player, and I'm able to pick up a quick kill. Now, although the moves I've taught you in this video are good for certain situations, you may be asking, how do I know when to piece control in any given scenario? Now, to learn how to piece control properly, I really recommend going to the Martaz free build with bots. This is the map code right here. Now, the reason that this map is the best for learning how to piece control is because the bots aren't static and just standing still. They're going to be moving around, and this is going to allow you to learn piece controlling in the fastest way possible. Now, the first step to actually learning how to piece control in any scenario is reading people's movements. Now, obviously, in a build fight, you can't see where the player is, but your whole goal is to learn how to track visual sound effects. See how I'm tracking this player through the walls? I can't see him, but I know where he is because of the visual sound effects right here, as you can see. So if I see visual sound effects and I see this player moving in that direction, I know he's going to pop up right here so I can shoot him. So now your whole goal from this point is to learn how to track movement. So if I see the player moving that direction, I'm going to track that movement, and then I'm going to piece them up. And you can just practice this over and over until you get it down properly. Now that we've learned this move in creative, let's show all of you how to transfer the skill over to an actual rank match. Now, when I drop down, this is the most important part of the fight. Now, if we're looking at where he is right now, he's in all my old brick builds, and his only option is to go out into this direction. So I'm not going to fight the player where he is. I'm going to fight the player where he's going to be, and that's this box right here. So I'm going to sprint, jump up, elevate, and then double edit that area so that if he walks in there, as you can see, when we pause the fight, he's still holding out his map. I beat him to that area. And then I'm able to pump him, but I only hit him for about 50 damage. And after I get that shot, I then see the other player looking back at me. So I don't want to take a dumb 50-50. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a ramp in his face. Doing this now forces the player to go into this box because he can't go back here because this is all mine. He's forced to go into this area. Then all I have to do is the exact same thing, full box the player, and then pump and mammoth him, and then pick up a simple elimination. Another question you may be asking is, what if I'm fighting against an aggressive player and I'm on defense? Well, one of the best ways to fight against an aggressive player is with pre-fires. Now, to practice pre-fires, you need to go into a map with bots that are going to shoot back at you. I use this map right here. The reason this map is so good is because right over here in the box fight and practice arena, you can go over here and there's going to be a practice pre-fire area. Once you go into this area, you're going to notice that bots are going to spawn all around you and they're going to start to spray you. What you can do now is you can just simply practice your pre-fires, and it's also going to help you practice your awareness because you're going to be turning around and just looking for where the bot is, so you can do this over and over until you get it down. Once you have this down, now you're going to hit wall resets. So you're going to do this over and over when you see where the bot spawns. So I see the bot spawn, hit a wall reset, and then I'm going to wait for him to shoot and then shoot him back. Also, once you get this down, learn how to track your opponent while moving, because if you're just standing still, the player is going to be able to shoot you. But if you stay moving, it's going to be a lot harder for a player or a bot to hit you. So I'm going to stay moving while I hit the pre-fire. This is also so you don't get one pump when the player jumps into your box. Also, another thing, when you're boxed up and your opponent's in front of you and you want to hit the pre-fire, place a cone in your box before you hit the pre-fire. Because if you don't and the other player tries to jump into your box, he could just go up into your face, place a ramp, and then you shoot the wall, and then he could edit and shoot you. So make sure to place a cone in your box. Now that we've practiced our pre-fires in creative, let's show you an endgame example of how to do this in ranked. And when he places this ramp above his head, I know he's trying to jump into my box. So I'm going to create an extra box of space, and I'm going to place a cone. This cone is very important because what I'm going to do next is I'm going to pre-fire the player. When he goes up to my wall and swings twice, I'm going to hold out my pump, and on the second swing, I'm going to pre-fire him and hit him for 150. It's very important though I place this cone, because you'll notice he tries to pull out his builds and replace the floor. But since there's a cone there, he can't do that, and I was able to crack him. And then I was able to get out of the box, and I was able to pump the player a second time and then pick up a quick kill. But that is the end of this video, so if you guys did enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you want to see how to become a smarter fighter, go check this video out. But with that, I'm out. Peace.